You want Star Wars 3 3/4 action figure Death Star walls, modular and fully customizable? I got you. They're here. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Tashi Station Emporium's 3D printed action figure stands and displays. Yes, Star Wars Death Star walls for the 3 3/4 scale is here. You know, I do the 6-inch scale already. They've been out for a long time, and by popular demand, people wanted the 3 3/4 versions, and I was like, not going to wait for Hasbro to do it. And if they do it, I don't think it's going to be modular and customizable like what I have here. I wanted the two versions available that I'm doing to match. I wanted to, if I was designing a new wall for 6 inches, it's going to be available for 3 3/4 moving forward. So I just kind of wanted this scale to keep up here. So in doing so, I have the three walls that I offered, the three designs that I offer in the 6-inch versions. Now they're available in 3 3/4. The light walls you can light up from the back. They have styrene in the back, just like the 6-inch versions. So the three what you're seeing here are mimicking it. Again, now everything is 3x3, the bases. Okay, so you have a 3x3 grid, and that can kind of fill up any kind of shelf that you want. You might have, I hope, you might have a gap here and there, but I felt it was important to keep an even number there. You also have the corner walls, which is brand new, which gives you so much more options and customization there. If you notice the pegs, what I'm trying to show you here in the videos too is that I have two different size pegs. One's a very small one. They fit the vintage collection and modern figures, and then you have a thicker one that fits the retro plus the old Kenner figures too. They do fit. So you can have any kind of assortment. You can combine them if you wanted to. And then, of course, the new ground piece, which is the floor tile, has pegs that you can rotate around, and which makes, again, it creates depth into your collections. So here it is, vintage Darth Vader fitting on the peg here. And just to kind of show you guys that they do fit. I've tested them with many other different vintage collections. And if you wanted a standalone, just a light wall with Darth Vader standing there as a display, that's all you need. If you want to go that route, if you don't want to get all these pieces and create elaborate displays, you can create one like a showcase kind of deal. So that is an option too. I have that in my personal collection. Here it is, the old retro. That's not retro, but that's the vintage Kenner Darth Vader fit in the pegs too. So just showing you guys that they do fit. There might be some differences in figures, of course. Like it depends how Kenner and Hasbro did it, but yeah, just showing you guys that the figures do fit the pegs and everything. So here it is. I'm going to show you guys how these fit and how they become kind of stable as you're moving things around. The idea is to, if you wanted to say make a display and then next month change it, you can change it. So it's no problem. So these pegs pegs that fit into the grids, every grid has them 3 on all 4 sides on the floors and 3 sides on the walls. They just snap into place, and they're very loosely. They're loosely in place. They're not tight because I want you to be able to change it any way you want, right? It's up to you. If you guys want to glue them in, you can glue them in. That's fine too. But once they're on there, again, how you're seeing here, you can slide it around, and they're all connected. So when you put a figure on there, you're not disrupting all the walls. You're not creating gaps and whatnot. They could be a little bit stubborn, these connectors. So a little bit of strength to sometimes to get them out. Sometimes they fall out really easy, but I designed them that way on purpose to kind of be loosely in there. Might take some patience on when you get an elaborate system going, and as you see it later on, is that I just kind of like put it all together. Here's the corner piece again. It's kind of showing you guys how the corner piece is going to fit and how it's going to work, which again, I'm so excited about this kind of system because you can look at the movies and recreate it, and maybe not fully because I don't have all the tiles yet. I will, but like I said, here's a little corner that shows you, gives you kind of an idea of how that corner piece is going to work. And then I'll put a floor and grid in there again. You guys build it out. It's almost like Legos. Again, kind of fun, easy. Again, section out, build out. Um, it's up to your imagination, and I'm trying to give you guys the tools to put an elaborate display together. So I'll be doing a lot more, trust me. So here's another opposite angle besides the corner is taking two walls and putting it together, and you'll see what this column piece goes and how it kind of just makes it. It just brings it all together. You know, it's easier to just put those pegs in and then kind of just lift it up, put it on top, and then here you go. Here's the column piece, which really brings it all together because there's that gap right there. And so there you have it. Now you have a corner piece. So this is how you're going to build out your modular system. Again, it's all up to you guys and how you want to display your stuff. So you have your corner, and then you have your other corner, I guess, if you will. Um, it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting stuff. And then as easy, disassembling is just as easy as putting it together. So every individual piece that anybody wants to buy will come with two connectors. So you can always have connectors no matter what. Even the floor piece will come with two. Here is the starter set, just showing you guys what I'm offering as a starter set. You get the 4 walls or 3 walls, 1 corner, 4 floors, 1 column piece, and a bunch of connectors, enough to do any kind of combination with this starter set. And of course, I'll offer starter sets. You can have 2 or 3, 4 starter sets, and you build that elaborate thing. Or if you want more light walls, they'll be all individually available too. Not just the light walls, but everything you see here will be available individually also. Just trying to give you guys different ideas of combinations just with the starter set. Nothing elaborate here. There's only a couple walls, only so many things you can do with it. So, you know, just moving things around, being, kind of sporadic, but it kind of gives you the idea of how you want to build this out. Like if you want to take a certain scene again from the movies and try to build it out that way, um, it's all there. The exciting thing with this is the expansions on it. Like what other walls or doors or different hallways or I don't know, prisoner hallways, stuff like it. It's just the possibilities are endless here. So again, adding a couple more walls, you'll see that when I get into it, I start to build out a display, like imagining a shelf, and I'm just trying to like loosely build it out here. I'm not going to put any connectors in this video right here or this visuals here, just to kind of like speed through it a little bit. So I'm just kind of building it out like as far as like Legos, and then if I really like it, then I'll go in there and start adding all the connectors and really making everything stable. Which is I think is the fun part right here. It's just uh, trying to relive the moments, and it's this is not just about dioramas or recreating those scenes too. It can also be just about a backdrop as you put all your figures on a line, like a shelf, like a actual display, and versus a play set, I guess, right? So this will serve both as displays and play sets. But it's cool too. That's that you're not limited to be like, oh, I'm gonna get the Death Star walls and make a playset. Well, you actually like put all the figures on here and just have a cool backdrop. You know, so you can see here the vintage collection Darth Vader fits. It looks great in that wall. You see the scale and everything, and then I'm putting down the old Kenner Darth Vader also. Again, it's great for that backdrop. Just something cool. Just something cool. So what's the future? What's the expansions on these things, right? Like what are we going to offer and how we're going to build this out more, right? We have the walls. We only have like 3 different walls and a corner and the floor grids, but you know, as I was just mentioning how like it's not it could be used for just a static display in the background, just gives your characters or your figures a little more energy to the display itself. But if you wanted the play sets, then yeah, you're gonna want to stay tuned. I really want to go further with this in building out these modular systems, right? So, and it's not gonna be just limited to the Death Star type walls. Okay, so you might find yourself here at Tashi Station soon that you might have transitional walls that go from Death Star to Tatooine to Hoth to Bespin. Who knows? Who knows? The only one way to know is to subscribe and hit that bell notification, and I will try to keep you guys updated as much as I can. This was a lot of fun to bring to the table. Again, ever since I did the 6-inch versions, I've been asked about the 3 3/4, right? And it was just a matter of getting my head around it and how I want to do it. Because again, I'll be doing the Black Series video on how that works. There's a lot more stuff coming out for that section also, or for that line. But it's not as modular as the 3 3/4. Okay, just because of space and the scale. 3 3/4, it's a whole world building thing, and versus I think that like the 6-inch, the Black Series is more of a display, a linear display, which is interesting enough, but you're not going to get a whole a depth and like hallways out of those. I mean, you can, but again, it's a little limited, right? So again, that's why I'm excited for the 3 3/4 versions to come out, because again, that world building element to that scale, it's cool. So thanks for checking out. I'm sorry I droned on, kind of a long video, but again, they're here. The 3 3/4 Death Star wall scale, it's here. Fully modular, again, fully customizable to any way you want. The great thing about it is to have a display one day and then look at your collection and totally, flip it on its head and do something completely different the next day. Again, hallways, or I don't know, trash compactors, or prison blocks. I don't know what's. I mean, I do know, actually. I do know what's in store. So anyway, guys, thank you very much. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell notification, because there's a lot of exciting things coming for Tashi Station.